Alright, I like to explain this part last because your Sitepref file can be dangerous to open. At the same time, it's important to know because this is how you change links on every single page of your website. So yeah, it could be scary to go in there and edit things, but it's important to be able to do this. So just remember, when you're editing the navigation this way, it's on every page. When you're editing the navigation through a single page itself, that's only on that page. And again, I'll show you real quick how to do that. I've opened my test page. The navigation sidebar through this way is only on this test page, no other pages. But when you go to Sitepref, double click it, pops it up. Avoid all these other extra tabs because these are going to alter your template and the style and the look and everything. So go to your RWD tab, and then it brings up more tabs here. A lot of these again are going to alter your template, so just avoid that. Go to your navigation sidebar tab, and then you're already in the tab you want to be in for content. This extra tab here will modify your colors and fonts, and so I mean you can do that, but I've tried to set these up in a legible format. So if you want to edit your links, here they are. These are on every single page of your site. I set these ones up pretty quickly for just the test purposes. I got test 1, test 2, and test 3, and they don't really go anywhere, so I just put number signs. And nothing's saved until you actually hit OK. So that's good to remember. If you think you've messed up somehow, you can always just hit cancel, and it won't save anything. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK and close this. Well, I'm going to leave it up. And so now I've got my test page here. This is the one for the you can see here that my Sitepref links, test 1, test 2, and test 3. And these won't go anywhere. If I click them, they go to the same place I'm at. Well, I want to show you the reason you need to link things a certain way. Especially in my tutorial, I explain that a slash before your link can really change things. That slash in the link, if you followed my linking tutorial earlier, I tried to explain that the slash signifies your root directory. So it's the same thing here. I could type /test. I don't need this number. I'm just going to do, if I type /test, it brings me always to this test page. But if my test page is within a folder, I either need to spell out that folder, probably with the slash before the folder, for it to actually go to it. Now if you leave out the slash, basically you're making wherever you're located on your website, it will try to go to that page in the same location as the page you're on. So when you've got a page, and let me just show you. When you've got a page in a folder, I've already set this up, folder, I'm in my root location right now, okay? I've got my Sitepref here, my home page here. If I go to folder, I set this up some time back as a test page 2. Well, since this is in a folder, I can't simply go to my Sitepref and type, I'm going to add a new row. I'm going to call this test page 2. I can't simply type out test 2 like it's listed here, okay? If I do that and I hit OK and save, I'm gonna hit OK and save. And this always takes at least 10 to 15 seconds to update. Okay, there it is. My test page 2. This is the brand new link I just made. You can see in the URL at the bottom it says new.connersd.net/test2. Well, that is this location. That's my root location. There's no test2 page here. So when I click that, it says not found because I don't have that page in that location. You can even see in the URL it's brought me to, it's not here. That's because the page is in a folder. Okay, here's my folder, and that's the name of the, well, I just called it folder to make it easier to understand. So in my folder I've got my test 2. So if I go back to my Sitepref, I'm going to double click it, bring it all back up. Got to go all the way back to that navigation spot. Now this link is currently wrong, so I'm going to change this to folder /test2. Now this link is still wrong, but it will work. It will work from select pages. It's not a complete link yet, but I'm going to hit OK and save that and see how this. I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, I'm going to go back on here, back to my test page. I'm going to refresh. Now that hasn't updated yet. Okay, there it is. You can see folder /test2. So I'm going to click that. Now that brought me to the correct page. Now you can see down here in the URL, now it says new.conrad.net/folder/test2. We're getting added little gibberish onto our link there because we haven't correctly put a slash into our link yet. So if I click this, it's trying to find a page within a folder, another folder that's in a folder. It's not going to bring us anywhere. It's just going to give us a not found. So I'm going to go back. Now the true correct way to link this. I'm going to go back to my Sitepref, and I know this could be annoying to go back to this over and over, but I'm going to add a slash at the beginning. Now this signifies I'm at my root location. Okay, root location for the slash, and then folder /test2. If I hit OK, this is the correct way to link this. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. Well, let me go back to my test page. Okay, I think it's updated by now. Click it. Brought me to my test page, and this didn't work before, but now it's going to work. It's bringing me back to my test 2 page, and that's simply because I added that slash there. It's directing me to the root location. Now, of course, you can type out this entire thing as well. If you had, this is the fail-proof way to link things. So I'm going to go back to my Sitepref, back to my RWD tab, navigation sidebar, and I can paste in this whole URL here. Now this is the same thing as what I just typed earlier, except now I've got this http //new.conrad.net. This is all the same as just having that slash at the beginning. See how that works? So you don't always have to have the entire URL, but the slash will only work with pages within your website. You can't like simply link to another school site or another website with a slash at the beginning, because those are outside websites. Those aren't within your site. So, you know, you would have to type out like www.connerisd.net/ whatever. I think it should work without HTTP, but I'm going to add that in too. So when you go to outside sites, then yeah, you need to have this whole long URL. Usually just copy pasting that will work fine. So I just want to make that clear. Also, another thing important to remember, I'm going to do test 2 here. When you're editing a lot of links, it can be easy to overlook this, but it's very important. Okay, so I'm gonna, if I leave out my display text and I just leave the link to here, or even if I do that, just leave it a blank row, I'm gonna hit OK, and now watch what this does once it refreshes correctly. Oh no! Look at my template. I've got weird spacing issues. The colors are off, and the same thing will happen to your website if you leave spaces in your navigation sidebar. So that's pretty important. If you ever have a blank row or something, or if you just have a link here like test 2 and you forget to put in the display text, you're also going to have this issue. So very important. Always have something in your display text. You don't have to have a link to, but if it's supposed to be a link, then have your link in there. Yeah, that's important. We've had that happen a lot. So make sure you always have something there. Otherwise, just you can click on it and hit remove selected row, and then it's gone. And then you hit OK to save it. And there it is. It's all good to go. We got our navigation template back working functionally, and that's Sitepref. I know. Just get in there, work with it, and do your best, I guess. Easy as that.